Hi guys, I'm back, and as you can see, I've got my Stone Coat Countertop Art Coat Resin in front of me, and we are going to do a little project. I didn't want to do a great big one because I haven't worked with this before, so I want to see, you know, how it works and how it moves with the paints and everything else real quick before we do a bigger project. I wanted to say real quick before we get started, when they ship these big containers to you, they put this real heavy duty like duct tape or something around the top so that, you know, when they're getting jostled around in the back of the mail truck, they don't, you know, the caps don't come loose and resin goes everywhere. So rest assured, they come very well packed in the boxes they send you. They have all this packing material around them and everything, so they're very safe and sound, so don't worry about, you know, the resin going through the mail. So what I have done is I have created two 6-inch ceramic tiles. I've painted both of them, gone ahead and prepared them. Because this is really more of a resin video, I just wanted to go ahead and have the surfaces ready. So I'll show those to you. This first one is just basically took a paintbrush, painted some, you know, real quick, painted the paint on there, made some beach line, and that was it. The second one I did is a dirty pour. And I did not do flip cups. I did ribbons. So I did, I think, like, you know, the darker colors up here and sort of the medium colors, and then the lighter colors down here to sort of get, you know, sort of an oceany effect. I used more teals and turquoises as opposed to the darker sea blue so that we could use this real teal metallic. And then for the beach I did the same thing, just ribbons, and then tilted the, you know, back and forth, and that was it. So the paints we used are the Artist Loft Unbleached Titanium, the Artist Loft Old Gold, and then the rest of the colors are going to be Apple Barrel. We've got the Light Mocha, the Laguna, the Bimini Blue, Key West, and Tuscan Teal. So what I'm going to use in the resin, I'm going to use some more of the Tuscan Teal, some more of the Key West, then this real teal metallic, then the copper metallic for the beachy area, and then I've got this Amsterdam Acrylic Ink. I haven't used it yet. It's been sitting over there for probably, I don't know, 6 months, a year maybe. I haven't ever found a use for it, so we're going to try it out as the white sort of sea foamy. And I think what we're going to do is a two-step process. We're going to do one and then let that cure, and then we'll do another one to try and get some depth in there, hopefully. I wanted to remind you guys, Stone Coat Countertops has given me this promo code for you guys to use when you want to order this resin. All you have to do is enter HWA during your checkout, and you'll get $30 off of an $80 or more order, which is an awesome, unbelievable deal. So you guys take advantage of this. I don't know how long the promo code will last. If a lot of you buy the resin, the promo code will probably last longer. So you guys go out there and buy this resin. You know, like I said before, if you're not, I think I said this, if you're not into resin or you haven't worked with resin, if you're afraid of resin, go check out their website and their YouTube channel especially. They have all these videos that they've done where they have done countertops and all sorts of projects, and it is just amazing what they do with this stuff. So please go check them out. Order you some resin to play around with. Order a few of these metallics, because I guarantee you, you're going to love the way they turn out in the resin. Alright, so I'm going to put this on pause real quick. I'm going to get all my stuff together, pour my resin, mix my resin up, and then I will come back to you guys. And what I'll be using today, instead of blowing with a straw, which I have been doing, I got this really cool little, it's called an aerial wand. And, you know, it obviously it blows air. I got this from a really, really sweet, wonderful friend of mine. And I'm really, really excited to be able to use it, and really thankful Really just to have friends like you guys out there. And yeah, because one of the last projects I don't think I did a video on it, but I nearly passed out because I had been blowing so much on it. And I've got really lightheaded. So I am super excited to be able to use that. So let me mix the resin up and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my resin mixed up here, and I just wanted to show y'all how, you know, I mix them into the, I probably shouldn't put that there, but I'm going to anyway. Mix them into the, because I wanted to say, you have to remember, you want about no more than 10% of your paint product, whatever you're adding into the resin. You want no more than 10% of the additive, because if you add more than just 10%, you're really asking to be in trouble. I cannot do that with that stick in there. I didn't want to take it out because it's got the powder on it, but so like I said, 10% of whatever you're putting in there to the resin. Really don't need much of that. Hopefully that will stay upright now. And then we're going to do the teal. I've got to remember to leave enough for my actual tiles. That should be good right there. So I'm going to mix up my little paints real quick so you can kind of see. They don't look, you know, like they're mixing in, but they will. See, look at that. Beautiful. You want to make sure you stir it in really, really good. Don't leave any paint in the bottom of your little cup, because then your resin won't be happy about that. Okay, that's good for that one. We've got the white right here, which is the white ink. It's not alcohol ink, it's just acrylic ink. But you can see it's already starting to stir in really well. Now the thing about the 10%, what happens is, and I can tell you firsthand because if you watch one of my videos a really long time ago, I did 3 tiles, and this was before I had learned anything about resin at all, which was stupid, but I was so excited to play with the resin that I didn't do any research on it first, so I didn't know about the 10% thing. And so I poured the tiles. I had way too much paint in it. I had already added floetrol to the paint, and then added the resin to it. So needless to say, the outcome was definitely not as expected. And it took about a solid week for the resin not to be wet anymore. And as soon as I did it, as soon as everything was, just resting, like all these beads of condensation were sitting on the top of it. It was like the resin was not happy. It was pushing out the water or something. I don't know. But so then I set them out in my laundry room outside to dry because they were staying so sticky. And a week later, I checked on them every day, and they actually started to dry. And they had this really sandy finish to the top of them. It literally looked like I had poured with sand mixed with paint. So then I went and I poured another coat of just regular clear resin over it, and you can still see a little bit of texture to them. So I actually left it because I kind of like it. But they actually turned out really cool. So y'all should go back and look at that video, and you will definitely know what not to do. Okay, so this is the little metallic powder. Just going to mix that in real quick. And look how beautiful that is. You cannot go wrong with metallic powders. They're just so, look how pretty and deep that color is. I'm probably going to have to order like their entire line of powders. These are so beautiful. And then here is the teal. And you can see it's not mixed in yet, so you can see the the resin, but it actually looks kind of cool like that. Starting to mix in there. I didn't want a lot of this because I want, you know, you to be able to see the paint colors through here. So I won't use much of the colored resin because I really don't want it to just, you know, pour over the entire painting and you lose what's underneath. Okay, that's good. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got all our colors mixed up. I've got my resin. I'm going to go ahead and pour resin over both of these. I'm going to try and do both of them at the same time. And I've kind of worked out, you need, for these 6-inch tiles, you need about 15 milliliters of resin to cover the whole square. So I'm going to move my little air wand out of the way because I do not want to get resin all over it. And we're going to take a stick and kind of move that resin around. Already the colors underneath are looking brighter and prettier and deeper. And you can, you know, if you don't want to push your resin over the edge, if you're super, super careful, you can put it, you can actually paint it up to the edge and not push it over. And then, you know, you won't have to worry about the drips underneath. If, you know, if you're going to frame the pieces and you don't really need the resin going over the side, you don't want to waste extra precious resin, you know, whatever your reason is, you can do that. But you just have to be super, super careful and just push it really super gentle to the edge. And I'm just pushing it to the edge right now because I want to make sure I have enough resin to coat everything, and then I'll push it over. Because I do want the edges to be coated with resin as well. I don't know. I did sell a tile one time. I'm not sure how she framed it. If she put it on a frame, if she just set it on the, you know, on the bookcase, you know, leaning up against something. I don't know. So, but I think these would look amazing framed. You know, just a real simple frame to them. I think they would look super pretty. Alright, so you can see it's fairly easy to push it around. And we'll try and get it over the edges. And it's not going to be a huge big deal if I don't catch all these edges today, because when this layer cures, I'll be doing another layer over it. So we'll make sure that layer definitely goes over the edges. Now I did, because this particular tile that I'm working on now has silicone in it, I did just take an alcohol swab across the top because, you know, I'm using the cheaper paint. So it tends to wipe off a little easier. Plus, when you're using these tiles, the paint just wipes right off of them, so you have to be really super careful. Okay, so there's that one. I could just use my fingers, it might work faster, but then I'd have to take a glove off. And so I'm sorry if this is taking too long. Y'all just fast forward to, you know, when you see me doing something different. I'm probably not going to say much else about this because there's not a lot to say, but just want to make sure I get all the edges. I'm trying to keep my head out of the shot. Just trying to see if I got it all wet here on the edges. Okay, I think that's mostly covered. If not, it'll get covered in the next layer. Alright, so let's take some of the, we'll go for this first. I'm just, like I said, I don't want a lot of this in there, so we're just going to sort of drizzle a little bit through there. And really, I mean, I've got really way too much of this, I think. Okay. Then we're going to put some of the lighter stuff in there, and then we're going to blow it around. I haven't really decided whether I want to blow it around before we put the white in there or not. Alright, so let's put a little bit of the metallic in there, I think. Yeah, let's blow it around a little bit first. I'm going to torch it just to warm it up a little bit and pop some air bubbles that might cause some problems with the blowing around. Ooh, that startled me. I can already see my silicone is resisting. So obviously I didn't clean it off well enough, but that's okay. A second coat will help that. Alright, I'm sorry if this is going to be too loud. It's not really that loud, so hopefully it won't bother you too much. This is, like I said, more for just a little bit of texture to go in there. Add a little bit of depth to it, hopefully. I don't know, we shall see. Okay. Definitely, I think, need more of the colors. Maybe at least one more color to add just a little more, you know, oceany interest. But the resin is moving around really nice. I don't want any going over that beachy area just yet. The only thing I want going over the beachy area is the white. Okay, I think that is kind of, actually it's kind of cool looking, I think. I don't want any blobs in there. Okay, let's put some white through there, and maybe some of the coppery through the, I probably should have gotten some more of that. Some more of the creamy color in there, but oh well, can't have everything, right? Let's put and let's put some white in there. Okay, the white is what I'm really curious to see what it's going to do, because I've never put white in alcohol. I mean, in ink, resin. Excuse me, I can't speak. And I've never used this liquid ink before. So we shall see what it does. Okay. Might want to put a little more. I think I want to do just a little bit more of this through there. Just to kind of lighten up that corner just a little bit. Oops. Dragged it right through there. Okay. Let's heat that up real quick. I'm going to take a glove off because I think I'm getting resin on me. Heat it up so it'll move a little bit. Get the air bubbles out of what I just poured into there. Let's see what it's going to do. Ouch. Okay. I don't want it like spread all over everything because we want it to look like it's, you know, ocean foam from the waves. Now we just kind of spread around just a little bit because I want it just to be a little more interesting for my beachy area. Oh, it's so nice not to be out of breath when I'm doing this. Okay, just a little bit too much of this coppery color in there, but it's so pretty I can't help it. I'll make that look more like the sort of wet sand up there towards the water. Okay, I'm going to leave that one like that. Oh, look, my table is not straight. Let's get that back over there a little bit. There we go. Definitely, I don't think it's, well, it's partly the table, it's partly the little cups I have this sitting on. They're not exactly, these are the little paper ones, so they're not exactly, you know, perfectly even. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention to this, so I'm having a hard time trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Kind of like it going up into the water just a little bit. Okay. I have to pay attention to two things at one time. I've got to watch and make sure I don't put my little tube down here in the resin. And I've got to watch up here, make sure I'm, you know, going the right directions with my little ocean waves. I really definitely want to have another color up there. But next time, I'll know better next time. Okay. Wow. I'm not even sure I want to do another layer. I want to move some of that back up there along the, I don't really love it down here in the corner. So I'm going to move it back up there. I really thought I was going to want to put another layer on this, but this one I'm really liking. Y'all let me know what you think of this. There we go. Don't want that too thick up there because that's supposed to be, you know, deeper ocean. Okay. I'm going to have to put something under that to keep it from moving this way. It's driving me crazy. Oh, I just love these metallics. They're so gorgeous. Did I even put metallic in there? I don't think I even did. Okay. Duh. Did I even use... I didn't even use my little... Y'all didn't tell me. Okay, let's put some green metallic in there real quick. Wow. I can't believe I didn't do that. That is okay. Add it in now. This may be just the depth I was looking for, hopefully. Okay. I don't want to put too much in there. I don't want to crowd this thing. There we go. Okay. Let's blow that real quick. I'm going to mess up my white. That's the only thing I'm unhappy about. I kind of have that white the way I wanted it. But the good thing about this resin is that it definitely got a longer work time on it than the other resin y'all are used to watching me pour. So, you know, I can play with this for a little while longer, which I'm super happy about. Because my resin would have been hard by now with the other stuff. Okay, I think that one is good. And I hate to say this, you know, because we're a pour channel here, but I'm not so sure the pour underneath this looks, you know, is the best look for it. It gives us some interesting, you know, more underneath, I think, but okay. So just trying to look, make sure I got all the little, you know, so it's not like lines through there. Alright, I think we're done with that. I do believe. And it's still moving this way. I'm definitely going to have to get that up off of there. Oops. Go back that way. I just don't want the, you know, that darker stuff down here at the bottom. Okay. So let's, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to try and slide just a little cup under this corner. That's going to be too high, I think. Trying to get it where it'll just smush down just enough to hold it up. There we go. I think that should do it, hopefully. Let me get my air wand. Go back over that way. And that one's already starting to, whoops. I do not want to stick my little tool into the resin. There we go. Okay. That is going to be it. So let me get you down. I hate to waste those resins right there. I wish I had something else I could pour them on because, oh, that is such a bummer. And I dumped over my teal. Oh well. I can't do anything with it anyway. Let's get you down. Alright, so that's the first one. That one has the pour under it. You can see how shimmery those, there we go. How pretty they are. And then that one over there is just the plain paint underneath it. It looks like it's still moving, so I might have to hold it up a little better. Alright, so we're back a day later. The resin has cured, at least to the touch. I would definitely leave it, you know, at least a week before I really touched it or moved it, you know, put it somewhere where something else is going to touch it. Just so that it completely cures to a real hard finish. This was the first one. This was the one with the pour underneath it. Obviously I'm not real happy with this one. Partly because I really decided I don't like the pour underneath there. It looks weird. And then obviously I had it set where it definitely was not level, and everything poured off that way. You can see, you know, the motion of everything going in that direction. And there's a few other problems with it. There's let me show you, because I obviously didn't get the silicone off well enough. You can kind of see along here and, oh, I don't know, right there, and then up there and right there. Obviously I didn't get the silicone off well enough, so you know, I can easily fix that by pouring another coating of resin over it, but I really don't want to because I really don't like that piece. It's probably going to go in the trash. It's not worth, you know, spending the resources to fix it where I would be happy with it. Especially because it's probably just going to sit around the house anyway. This one here, obviously you can see I did a little more work on it after I turned the camera off. I blew this copper metallic that way so that I'd have some mostly plain beachy area right through here, and I think it really helped. And the white, I blew it around a little bit, but with the resin kind of moving, it kind of spreads the white out a little more too. And I was going to do a second coating of resin with just clear resin and then do some white through here to really build up the white layer a little more, but I'm a little afraid I'm going to ruin the piece. So I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. I really like it this way, so I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Another reason I like having the paint underneath it, just the plain, you know, with the paintbrush paint instead of a pour, is that I didn't have to clean off any silicone and there's no resist from the resin. So that's a really good thing about it. But it did move a little bit off of the tile as well. And I got to the end and I still had a little bit of resin left, and it actually was not hard in the little cups yet. And so I thought, well, I've got to do something with it. So I just took this little tile. It's just I want to say it's like a 3x6. And I poured, I had a little bit of the dark Tuscan teal left, and then some of the Key West, and then just a little bit of a real tiny bit of the teal metallic, and then a little bit of the copper metallic, and some white. And I just kind of drizzled it through there, and took my little air gun and blew it around. And then most of it went off this side. You can kind of see this, it looks like it, you know, I didn't do that. It all kind of poured off that side. That's why you can see this edge and this edge right through here. I actually kind of like the back of it. I don't know why. It just kind of looks cool to me. So I'm going to leave the drips on the back. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I kind of like them. So I'm going to leave those there. Obviously I didn't tape the back because I was just grabbing this real quick while I still had a little bit of resin left over. And then I want to show you, I have some of these little resin pieces. These were drips on the table, and since I have plastic down, it just peels right off. And they look so cool. You know, you can see all these little swirlies. I think maybe make some jewelry, or I don't really know. Maybe cut them up into shapes and make an interesting multimedia piece. I don't know, but they're so pretty that I feel like, you know, you can kind of see through them because there was still some clear resin on the table. So I don't know. That one kind of looks like Italy. Like there's Italy, and there's the boot, and there's like part of Europe. I don't know. Anyway, I think they would be cool to use somehow, some way, you know, for something. I don't know what yet, but who knows. If you guys have any ideas what I can do with these little bits of resin, they're just so pretty. I have to do something with them. Let me know. Okay, so our first little play with the resin from Stone Coat Countertop's resin was an awesome success. And I want to remind you guys, please go buy some of this stuff. It is so much fun to play with. It was such a long working time. I'd say I was playing with it for half an hour, 45 minutes. So, Stone Coat Countertops. Remember, when you're going to buy this stuff, add in a couple of little metallic packs, because they're absolutely gorgeous and you can't live without them. And, you know, make an $80 or more order, and they're going to give you 30 bucks off if you use my promo code HWA. And if you guys have any trouble on the website, call that phone number. You can speak to Mike, Catherine, Mitch, Patrick. There's a lot of people there that will help you, and they're really awesome to talk to and work with. And their product is absolutely, you know, absolutely by far my favorite resin so far. So I'm super excited that I still have a lot of resin left I get to work with. So you'll definitely be seeing more of these resin videos. Yeah, so wherever you are on the planet, I hope you have an awesome afternoon, day, evening, or night. And, you know, if you guys order this stuff, let me know what you think of it, and you know, send me a picture of your projects. I'd love to see them. Okay, I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you to all my subscribers and all my viewers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, those of you who have subscribed know we do a lot of different things on this channel. So, you know, if you don't see something today you care for, you might see something next time. So subscribe to my channel, share my videos, that helps my channel out, and give me a like. And remember that you guys are all important to me. I love you all. Have an awesome afternoon, day, evening, or night. See you later. Bye.